Good afternoon, everyone. This Sunday has brought us to the final act of The Birthday Party by Harold Pinter. As we read out this final act and approach the end, certain things come into light. To know what happens, listen to TES Reading Club members read out Act 3 now. Let me just inform you that all our readers agree how immensely reading original texts helps them. In case you do want to read along, do join TES Reading Club on Telegram. So, over to Princey, our narrator for today.
At 3, the next morning, Peter enters, left with a newspaper and sits at the table. He begins to read. Meg's voice comes through the kitchen hatch.
Is that you, Stan? Stanny?
Yes,
Is that you?
it's me.
Meg appearing at the hatch.
Oh, it's you. I've run out of cornflakes.
Well, what else have you got?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just a minute.
She leaves the hatch and enters by the kitchen door.
You got your paper?
Yes,
Is it good?
not bad.
The two gentlemen had the last of the fry this morning.
Oh, did they?
There's some tea in the pot, though.
She pours tea for him.
I'm going out shopping in a minute. Get you something nice. I've got a splitting headache.
Peter reading.
You slept like a log last night.
Did I?
Dead out.
I must have been tired.
Meg looks about the room and sees the broken drum in the fireplace.
Oh, look,
She rises and picks it up.
the drum's broken.
Peter looks up.
Why is it broken?
I don't know.
Meg hits it with her hand.
It makes a noise. It still makes a noise.
You can always get another one.
It was probably broken in the party. I don't remember it being broken though.
She puts it down.
What a shame.
You can always get another one, Meg.
Well, at least he did have it on his birthday, didn't he? Like I wanted him to.
Peter reading.
Yes.
Have you seen him down yet?
Peter does not answer.
Pete,
What?
have you seen him down?
Who?
Stanley.
No.
Nor have I. The boy should be up. He's late for his breakfast.
There isn't any breakfast.
Yes, but he doesn't know that I'm going to call him.
No, don't do that, Meg. Let him sleep.
But you say he stays in bed too much.
Let him sleep. This morning, leave him.
Been up once with a cup of tea, but Mr. McCann opened the door. He said they were talking. He said he'd make him one. He must have been up early. I don't know what they were talking about. I was surprised because Stanley is usually fast asleep when I wake him, but he wasn't this morning. I heard him talking. Do you think they know each other? I think they're old friends. Stanley had a lot of friends. I know he did. I didn't give him his tea. He'd already had one. I came down again and went on with my work. Then, after a bit, they came down to breakfast. Stanley must have gone to sleep again.
When are you going to do your shopping, Meg?
Yes, I must.
Meg collecting the bag.
I've got a rotten headache.
She goes to the back door, stops suddenly and turns.
Did you see what's outside this morning?
What?
That big car.
Yes.
It wasn't there yesterday. Did you have a look inside it?
I had a peep.
Meg coming down tensely and whispering.
Is there anything in it?
In it?
Yes.
What do you mean in it?
Inside it.
What sort of thing?
Well, I mean, is there a wheelbarrow in it?
A wheelbarrow?
Yes.
I didn't see one.
You didn't? Are you sure?
What did Mr. Goldberg want with a wheelbarrow?
Mr. Goldberg?
It's his car.
His car. Oh, I didn't know it was his car.
Of course, it's his car.
Oh, I feel bitter.
What are you on about?
Oh, I do feel better.
You go and get a bit of air.
Yes, I will. I will. I'll go and get the shopping.
Meg goes towards the back door. A door slams up the stairs. She turns.
It's Stanley. He's coming down. What am I going to do about his breakfast?
She rushes into the kitchen.
Pete, what shall I give him?
She looks through the hatch.
There's no cornflakes.
They both gaze at the door. Enter Goldberg. He halts at the door as he meets their gaze, then smiles.
A reception committee.
Oh, I thought it was Stanley.
You find a resemblance?
Oh no, you look quite different.
Goldberg coming into the room.
Different build, of course.
Meg entering from the kitchen.
I thought he was coming down for his breakfast. He hasn't had his breakfast yet.
Your wife makes a very nice cup of tea, Mr. Bowles. You know that.
Yes, she does sometimes. Sometimes she forgets.
Is he coming down?
Down? Of course he is coming down. On a lovely sunny day like this, he shouldn't come down. He will be up and about in next to no time.
Goldberg sits at the table.
And what a breakfast he's going to get.
Mr. Goldberg,
Yes,
I didn't know that was your car outside.
you like it?
Are you going to go for a ride?
Goldberg to Peter.
A smart car, hey?
Nice shine on it, all right.
What is all this good? Take my tip. There's no room there. There's room there. Room in the front and room in the back.
Goldberg strokes the teapot.
The pot's hot. More tea, Mr. Bowles?
No thanks.
Goldberg pouring tea.
That car's never let me down.
Are you going to go for a ride?
Goldberg does not answer, drinks his tea.
Well, I'd better be off now.
She moves to the back door and turns.
Pete, when Stanley comes down,
Yes,
tell him I won't be long.
I'll tell him.
I won't be long.
Meg exits. Goldberg sipping his tea.
A good woman, a charming woman. My mother was the same. My wife was identical.
How is he this morning?
Who?
Stanley, is he any better?
Oh, a little better, I think. A little better. Of course, I'm not really qualified to say, Mr. Bowles. I mean, I haven't got the qualifications. The best thing would be if someone with proper qualifications was to have a look at him. Someone with a few letters after his name. It makes all the difference.
Yes.
Anyway, Dermont's with him at the moment. He's keeping him company.
Dermot,
Yes,
it's a terrible thing.
yes, the birthday celebration was too much for him.
What came over him?
What came over him? Breakdown, Mr. Bowles. Pure and simple, nervous breakdown.
But what brought it on so suddenly?
Goldberg rising and moving upstairs.
Well, Mr. Bowles, it can happen in all sorts of ways. A friend of mine was telling me about it only the other day. We had both been concerned with another case, not entirely similar, of course, but quite alike, quite alike. Anyway, he was telling me, you see, this friend of mine, that sometimes it happens gradual, day by day, it grows and grows and grows, day by day. And then other times it happens all at once, poof, just like that. The nerves break. There's no guarantee how it's going to happen. But with certain people, it's foregone conclusion.
Really?
Yes, this friend of mine, he was telling me about it only the other day.
Goldberg stands uneasily for a moment, then brings out a cigarette case and takes a cigarette.
Have an Abdullah.
No, I don't take them.
Once in a while, I treat myself to a cigarette, an Abdullah perhaps, or a.
What a night.
Goldberg lights his cigarette with a lighter.
Came in the front door and the lights were out, put a shilling in the slot, came in here and the party was over.
Goldberg coming downstairs.
Put a shilling in the slot,
Yes,
and the lights came on.
yes, then I came in here.
I could have sworn it was a fuse.
There was dead silence, couldn't hear a thing. So I went upstairs and your friend Dermot met me on the landing and he told me,
Who?
your friend Dermot,
Dermot. Yes.
Goldberg feeds.
they get over it sometimes though, don't they? I mean, they can recover from it, can't they?
Recover? Yes, sometimes they recover in one way or another.
I mean, he might have recovered by now, might not he?
It's conceivable. Conceivable.
PJ rises and picks up the teapot and cup.
Well, if he's no better by lunchtime, I'll go and get hold of a doctor.
It's all taken care of, Mr. Bowles. Don't
What
worry
do you,
yourself.
what do you mean?
Enter McCann with 2 suitcases.
All packed up?
PJ takes the teapot and cups into the kitchen. McCann crosses left and puts down the suitcases. He goes up to the window and looks out.
Well,
McCann does not answer.
McCann, I asked you well.
McCann without turning. Well, what?
What's what?
McCann does not answer. McCann turning to look at Goldberg grimly. I am not going up there again.
Why not?
I'm not going up there again.
What's going on now?
McCann moving down. He's quiet now. He stopped all that talking a while ago. PJ appears at the kitchen hatch, unnoticed.
When will he be ready?
You can go up yourself next time.
What's the matter with you?
I gave him.
What?
I gave him his glasses.
Wasn't he glad to get them back?
The frames are bust.
How did that happen?
He tried to fit the eye holes into his eyes. I left him doing it. PJ at the kitchen door.
There's some sellotape somewhere. We can stick them together.
Goldberg and McCann turn to see him.
Sellotape? No, that's all right, Mr. Bowles. It will keep him quiet for the time being. Keep his mind off other things.
PJ moving downstairs.
What about a doctor?
It's all taken care of.
McCann moves over right to the shoe box and takes out a brush and brushes his shoes. PJ moves to the table.
I think he needs one.
I agree with you. It's all taken care of. We will give him a bit of time to settle down and then I will take him to Monty.
You're going to take him to a doctor?
Goldberg is staring at him.
Sure, Monty.
McCann brushes his shoes.
So Mrs. Bowles has gone out to get us something nice for lunch.
That's right.
Unfortunately, we may be gone by then.
Will you?
By then, we may be gone.
Well, I think I'll see how my peas are getting on in the meantime.
The meantime,
While we are waiting,
waiting for what?
PTA walks towards the back door.
Aren't you going to the beach?
no, not yet. Give me a call when he comes down. Will you, Mr. Goldberg?
You will have a crowded beach today. On a day like this, they will be lying on their backs, swimming out to sea. My life. What about the deck chairs? Are the deck chairs ready?
I put them all out this morning.
But what about the tickets? Who's going to take the tickets?
That's all right. That'll be all right, Mr. Goldberg. Don't you worry about that. I'll be back.
He exits. Goldberg rises, goes to the window, and looks after him. McCann crosses to the table, left, sits, picks up the paper, and begins to tear it into strips.
Is everything ready?
Sure. Goldberg walks heavily, brooding to the table. He sits right of it, noticing what McCann is doing.
Stop doing that.
What?
Why do you do that all the time? It's childish, it's pointless, it's without a solitary point.
What's the matter with you today?
Questions, stop asking me so many. Questions. What do you think I am?
McCann studies him. He then folds the paper, leaving the strips inside. Well? Goldberg leans back in the chair, his eyes closed. Well?
Well, what?
Do we wait or do we go and get him?
You want to go and get him?
I want to get it over.
That's understandable.
So do we wait or do we go and get him?
I don't know why, but I feel knocked out. I feel a bit... it's uncommon for me.
Is that so?
It's unusual.
McCann rising swiftly and going behind Goldberg's chair, hissing. Let's finish and go. Let's get it over and go. Get the thing done. Let's finish the bloody thing. Let's get the thing done and go. Will I go up? Nat. Goldberg sits humped. McCann slips to his side. Sign me. Goldberg opening his eyes regarding McCann.
What did you call me?
Who?
Don't call me that.
He seizes McCann by the throat.
Never call me that.
Nat. I called you Nat. I was asking you, Nat. Honest to God, just a question, that's all. Just a question. Do you see? Do you follow me? Goldberg jerking him away.
What question?
Will I go up?
Up? I thought you weren't going to go up there again.
What do you mean? Why not?
You said so.
I never said that.
No?
McCann from the floor to the room at large. Who said that? I never said that. I will go up now. He jumps up and rushes to the door. Lift.
Wait.
He stretches his arms to the arms of the chair.
Come here.
McCann approaches him very slowly.
I want your opinion. Have a look in my mouth.
Goldberg opens his mouth wide.
Take a good look.
McCann looks.
You know what I mean.
McCann peers.
You know what? I've never lost a tooth. Not since the day I was born. Nothing's changed.
Goldberg gets up.
That's why I have reached my position, McCann, because I have been fit as a fiddle. All my life I have said the same. Play up, and play up the game. Honor thy father and thy mother. All along the line. Follow the line, McCann. And you cannot go wrong. What do you think? I'm a self-made man? No, I sat where I was told to sit. I kept my eye on the ball. School? Don't talk to me about school. Top in all subjects. And for why? Because I'm telling you, follow my line. Follow my mentor. Learn by heart. Never write down anything. And don't go too near the water. And you will find that what I say is true. Because I believe that the world, because I believe that the world, because I believe that the world.
He sits in the chair.
Sit down, McCann. Sit here where I can look at you.
McCann kneels in front of the table. Intensely, Goldberg with growing certainty.
My father said to me, Benny, Benny, he said, come here. He was dying. I knelt down. Day by him, day and night. Who else was there? Forgive Benny, he said, and let live. Yes, Dad. Go home to your wife. I will, Dad. Keep an eye open for low lives, for schooners, and for layabouts. He did not mention names. I lost my life in service for others. He said, I'm not ashamed. Do your duty and keep your observations. Always bid good morning to the neighbors. Never, never forget your family, for they are the rock, the constitution, and the core. If you're ever in any difficulties, Uncle Barney will see you in the clear. I knelt down.
He kneels facing McCann.
I swore on the good book, and I knew the word I had to remember, respect. Because McCann, Seamus, who came before your father? His father. And who came before him? Before him. Who came before your father's father, but your father's father's mother? And great granny?
Goldberg slowly rises.
And that's why I have reached my position, McCann, because I have always been as fit as a fiddle. My motto, work hard and play hard, not a day's illness.
Goldberg sits.
All the same, give me a blow in my mouth.
McCann stands, puts his hands on his knees, bends and blows in Goldberg's mouth.
One for the road.
McCann blows again in his mouth. Goldberg breathes deeply, smiles.
Right.
Enter Lulu. McCann looks at them and goes to the door. McCann at the door.
I will give you 5 minutes.
McCann exits.
Come over here.
What's going to happen?
Come over here.
No, thank you.
What's the matter? You got the needle to Uncle Natty?
I am going.
Have a game of pontoon first, for old time's sake.
I have had enough games.
A girl like you at your age, at your time of health, and you don't take to games?
You are very smart.
Anyway, who says you don't take to games?
Do you think I am like all other girls?
Are all the other girls like that too?
I don't know about any other girls.
No, me. I've never touched another woman.
What would my father say if he knew? And what would Eddie say?
Eddie?
He was my first love. Eddie was. And whatever happened, it was pure with him. He didn't come into my room at night with a briefcase.
Who opened the briefcase, me or you? Lulu Shmulu, let bygones be bygones. Do me a turn, kiss and make up.
I wouldn't touch you.
And today I'm leaving.
You are leaving?
Today.
You used me for a night, a passing fancy?
Who used who?
You made use of me by cunning when my defenses were down.
You? Who took them down?
That's what you did. You quenched your ugly thirst. You taught me things a girl shouldn't know before she's been married at least 3 times.
Now you're a jump ahead. What are you complaining about?
Enter McCann quickly.
You didn't appreciate me for myself. You took all those liberties only to satisfy your appetite. Oh, Ned, why did you do it?
You wanted me to do it, Lula, so I did it.
That's fair enough. McCann advancing. You had a long sleep, miss. Lulu backing upstairs left.
Me?
Your sort. You spend too much time in bed.
What do you mean?
Have you got anything to confess?
What?
Confess.
Confess? What?
Down on your knees and confess.
What does he mean?
Confess. What can you lose?
What? To him.
He's only been unforked 6 months.
Kneel down, woman, and tell me the latest. Lulu retreating to the back door.
I have seen everything that's happened. I know what was going on. I have got a pretty sure idea.
McCann advancing. I've seen you hanging about the rock of Cashel, profaning the soil with your goings on. Out of my sight.
I am going.
She exits. McCann goes to the door, left, and goes out. He ushers in a Stanley, who is dressed in a dark, well-cut suit and white collar. He holds his broken glasses in his hands. He is clean-shaven. McCann follows and closes the door. Goldberg meets Stanley, sits him in a chair.
How are you, Stan? Are you feeling any better? What's the matter with your glasses?
Goldberg bends to look.
They are broken. A pity.
Stanley stares blankly at the floor. McCann at the table. He looks better, doesn't he?
Much better.
A new man.
You know what we will do?
What?
We will buy him another pair.
They begin to woo him, gently and with relish. During the following sequence, Stanley shows no reaction. He remains with no movement where he sits. Out of our own pockets.
It goes without saying. Between you and me, Stan, it's about time you had new pair of glasses.
You can't see straight.
It's true. You have been cockeyed for years.
Now you are even more cockeyed.
He's right. You have gone from bad to worse.
Worse than worse.
You need a long convalescence.
A change of air,
Somewhere over the rainbow?
where angels fear to tread.
Exactly.
You are in a rut.
You look anemic,
Rheumatic,
myopic.
epileptic.
You're on the verge.
You are a dead duck.
But we can save you.
From a worse fate.
True.
Undeniable.
From now on, we will be the hub of your wheel.
We will renew your season ticket.
We will take tuppence of your morning tea.
We will give you a discount on all inflammable goods.
We will watch over you,
Advise you.
give you proper care and treatment,
Let you use the club bar.
keep a table reserved,
Help you acknowledge the fast days.
bake you cakes,
Help you kneel on kneeling days.
give you a free pass,
Take you for constitutionals.
give you hot tips,
We will provide the skipping rope,
the western pants,
the ointment,
the hot poultice,
the finger stall,
the abdomen belt,
the earplugs,
the baby powder,
the back scratcher,
the spare tire,
the stomach pump,
the oxygen tent,
the prayer wheel,
the plaster of Paris,
The crash helmet.
The crutches.
A day and night service.
All on the house.
That's it.
We'll make a man of you.
A woman.
You will be reorientated.
You will be rich.
You will be adjusted.
You will be our pride and joy.
You will be a mensch.
You will be a success.
You will be integrated.
You will give orders.
You will make decisions.
You will be a magnate.
A statesman.
You will own yachts.
Animals.
Animals. Goldberg looks at McCann.
I said animals.
He turns back to Stanley.
You will be able to make or break. Stand by my life.
Stanley is steel.
Well, what do you say?
Stanley's head lifts very slowly and turns in Goldberg's direction.
What do you think, boy?
Stanley begins to clench and unclench his eyes. What's your opinion, sir, of this prospect, sir?
Prospect, sure. Sure, it's a prospect.
Stanley's hands, clutching his glasses, begin to tremble.
What's your opinion of such a prospect? Hey, Stanley?
Stanley concentrates, his mouth opens, he attempts to speak, fails, and emits sounds from his throat.
G, g.
They watch him. He draws a long breath which shudders down his body. He concentrates.
Well, Stanny boy, what do you say,
They watch. He concentrates. His head lowers. His chin draws into his chest. He crouches.
G, g.
What's your opinion, sir?
K, ka, k, ka.
Mr. Weber, what's your opinion?
What do you say, Stan? What do you think of the prospect?
What's your opinion of the prospect? Stanley's body shudders, relaxes, his head drops. He becomes still again, stooped. Pete enters from door, back downstairs, left.
Still the same old Stan. Come with us. Come on, boy.
Come along with us.
Where are you taking him?
They turn.
We are taking him to Monte.
He can stay here.
Don't be silly.
We can look after him here.
Why do you want to look after him?
He's my guest.
He needs special treatment.
We'll find someone.
No, Monty's the best there is. Bring him, McCann.
They help Stanley out of the chair. They all three move towards the door, left.
Leave him alone.
They stop. Goldberg studies him.
Why don't you come with us, Mr. Bowles?
Yes, why don't you come with us?
Come with us to Monty. There's plenty of room in the car.
Peter makes no move. They pass him and reach the door. McCann opens the door and picks up the suitcases.
Stan, don't let them tell you what to do.
They exit. Silence. Peter stands. The front door slams. Sound of a car starting. Sound of a car going away. Silence. Peter slowly goes to the table. He sits on a chair, left. He picks up the paper and opens it. The stripes fall to the floor. He looks down at them. Meg comes past the window and enters by the back door. Peter studies the front page of the paper. Meg coming downstairs.
The car's gone?
Yes,
Have they gone?
yes,
Won't they be in for lunch?
no.
Oh, what a shame.
She puts her bag on the table.
It's hot out.
She hangs her coat on a hook.
What are you doing?
Reading.
Is it good?
All right.
She sits by the table.
Where's Stan? Is Stan down yet? Peter?
No,
Is he still in the bed?
yes, he's still asleep.
Still? He'll be late for his breakfast.
Let him sleep.
Wasn't it a lovely party last night?
I wasn't there.
Weren't you?
I came in afterwards.
Oh, it was a lovely party. I haven't laughed so much for years. We had dancing and singing and games. You should have been there.
It was good, huh?
I was the belly of the ball.
Were you?
Oh, yes, they all said I was.
I bet you were too.
Oh, it's true, I was. I know I was.
The end.
So that brings us to the end of Act 3 as well as the end of the play, The Birthday Party. Stay tuned to us and we'll be back next Sunday with another play or another classical work. In case you want to give us any suggestions, please drop them in the comment section below and do join TES Reading Club on Telegram. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you so much. Bye bye everyone.